Yo, what's up? Right now, we're waiting for our other participants, Pooch and TL. They should be logging on in a minute. If you hear a lot of noise in the background, please excuse me. Today, of course, is Valentine's Day. I hope you had a good one. So I'm out here now with the family. So you have to excuse the noise in the background. I'm waiting for them to get on. We're going to have a couple interesting topics to talk about today. I think I put it up there as far as what we'd be discussing. I think they're going to be pretty interesting. In case you didn't know, here comes Pooch. In case you didn't see the topics that we'll be discussing today we have three nice subjects. Let me find them. What we're going to be talking about.
Talk about this joint still.
All right, the first topic is what's wrong with today's America. We're going to be talking about, is the overuse of technology causing a decline in social skills? We're going to talk about what makes a good relationship. What do you think, Pooch? I think we need to start with that one. What makes a good relationship, and are we realistic? I think we need to start with that one. What do you think?
Yeah, that's cool. We live on Facebook though, right?
I know. I'm just saying. I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the spirit of what the day is, you know.
Right. I mean, before we came on, we were talking about. Here comes TL. We were talking about is Valentine's Day overblown? Because Terry, can you hear us? Night.
It's connecting his audio.
Okay. We were talking about, is Valentine's Day overblown? Because if suppose you went out, say, to dinner twice a month or something, then you decide to go on Valentine's Day. Really, Terry brought up a good point. It's going to be super crowded, which is unrealistic, and they're going to gouge you on prices. So really, I hate to say it this way, but is it worth it? You know, I mean, and I get it, but chime in on it. I think we're live on Facebook. So
yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Did one of you see it?
You might be live on your page.
Okay. Well, we should be in a group. All right. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about that today. Well, Terry.
Yo.
I kind of was talking. Okay, yeah, we're live. I was kind of talking about what we were just discussing. I'm gonna tag you two both in this, so it'll be on your pages also.
What was just discussing?
Yeah, about the thing. What was your thoughts again as far as just real quick, as far as Valentine's Day, going out to dinner?
Oh, well, you know, I mean, it ain't like, I think Valentine's Day is a commercial deal that, you know, it's a commercial holiday basically for women. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much, not no dude that I know is really worried about Valentine's Day. It's always like, oh, I got to get a lady something, or you know what I mean, or I'm taking somebody out to dinner, or you know what I mean. It's like it's the fakest holiday ever, actually.
Wow. Well, okay. With that being said, though, and not that I agree or disagree, but do we start off that way when you're trying to get in, when you're trying to work your way in?
No, because you know that's what's expected. You know what I'm saying? So
in other words, it starts off where it's cool, but then once you get it, then it's like it's fake.
No. I always, you know, been honest about the way I feel about Valentine's Day, but you know, I would want to make whoever I was with, you know, like Venus, she ain't really into Valentine's Day like that either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's just different for us. Like, you know, we've been married a long time, so you know, and then how do you get something for somebody who already got everything? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just ain't.
I mean, but I think, yeah, and that, I guess it's not always about buying gifts, you know. So what is it supposed to be? Just that one day you choose to show that one day you show your love for that person?
That's what I'm saying. And when you know, you're supposed to show love every day for whoever you're with. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no, it's not a, you know, I need this holiday to remind me.
Say what's up, bro. Say what's up to the people.
How's
Hey,
everyone
what's up,
doing?
y'all?
Hope everybody's
Right.
doing well.
Y'all said y'all wanted now, so they said that we need somebody to walk through every podcast. Like, what's his name on the 5th floor?
Yeah, that brother man from the flip
I got
floor.
brother man and brother sister.
They's always got somebody jumping on his jump.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we got a couple topics here. So when you get ready, log on. We're gonna talk about what we got. We got 4 topics, man. We got 4. All right,
Yeah,
so
we
they're gonna
got
chime in.
the
Send me the
It's Real Brothers. Look on my page. It's on Nick is yeah. All right.
you ready, Stace?
Yeah.
All right, so our topics for the night. Oh, first of all, welcome everybody.
Oh, that's right.
Real Brothers for the Real World. All right, this is our new podcast that we started a few weeks ago, and hopefully we can get this train running and keep it moving down the tracks. So, what I'm saying, our topics for today is what's wrong with today's America. That's going to be one of the topics. Our other topic is going to be is the overuse of tech causing a decline in social skills. And then for Valentine's Day, we got to touch on relationships. So we're going to ask the question of what makes a good relationship, and are we realistic in our expectations?
Right.
The last topic, if we have enough time, is going to be why women go through so many drastic measures in order to make themselves beautiful, or like chasing what they think is beauty. You know what I mean?
Started out,
and that started because of the girl, the Gorilla Glue girl. Yeah.
Which is a terrible name, but that's kind of where it got. Let's keep my camera work here.
Yo, I don't think this is broadcasting live on the page stage. People text me talking about they can't see it.
Look up in the corner. It says live on Facebook. Where you put it at, Stace?
But where did you put it at?
Oh, you know what? It's probably on my page. Okay, let me share.
Yeah, you got to put it on the group page.
Okay, let me see something. So I just got to tag the group into it, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start off with that then. Let's start off with the relationships. I did send it to the group page. Real Brothers. Oh, wait a minute. How do I put it in the group page though?
You can just share it with me, and I'll share it with the group.
I did share it with you.
Well,
I'm on my page.
Just share it when it's hit the right click on it and hit share with the group, and then it asks you which group you want to.
Right click on what, Night? On Facebook?
Yeah. On the share, John.
Hold up.
Make T a co-host, so maybe you can do it.
Hold up. So I can't just tag the group into it then, huh? Because it's shared with Real Brothers Live. Oh, that's you though, Night. That's your.
Yeah, you shared it with the page and not the group, Stace. So unshare it and then reshare it with the group.
Okay, share. Okay, share with group. Okay, share to a group. Okay, I see it. Real Brothers group. Okay, I got it.
I'll be getting me a laptop. If you taking control of this now, please.
All right, no,
I had it going there the first time, but it just said that it was.
Jice just text. He's like, "Where y'all at?"
All right, it's there. It should be there. It should be there. It should be there. Tell them it should be there. All right, so let's get started with that then. It is Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day, and I think I guess there's always a good time to think about relationships and that whole thing. So what do y'all think then? You know, what makes a good relationship? What makes a good relationship? And don't go with what's easy. I think it will be easy for us to say communication. That's the first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth. So
compromise.
Huh?
Compromise.
Okay, all right, but it's a two-part question.
Right.
What makes a good relationship? And also, are we realistic with our expectations as far as what makes a good relationship? Because sometimes I get the feeling that when we think about relationships, we don't also consider the bad. We only consider the good. We think it's going to be good all the time.
Right.
So are we realistic in our expectations? What are your thoughts, Mike? What makes a good relationship, and are we realistic?
I think that most people are not realistic about a relationship.
What do you mean by that?
Just because, like, it's relationships, like, people don't know relationships are hard work.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like relationships is like having another job almost, because you always have to take you always have to take somebody else's feelings into consideration. You know what I mean? You can't just run around and act the way you know, it's a compromise, right? So you have to make yourself available. You have to make sure that, that you are involved, like, in the relationship, if that makes any sense. Like, you can't just say, oh, I want to do this. I'm me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, without considering, whoever you're in a relationship with. You know what I mean?
So go ahead, Mike.
Because it's a lot of, give and take. It's a lot of pull back and forth. You know what I mean? Push and pull. So yeah, relationships are hard, but they are worth it in the end. But it's like hard work, man. Like,
So
I've been married a long time, and the good times outweigh the bad times. But sometimes when people have bad times, they ready to up and run. They out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and I agree with you, Nike. I think that is what makes it tough, because, and we touched on this a little while ago. It's like, you have to.
I don't mean to cut this conversation short, but people are telling me they can't see on the group. They're saying that when this app, they got this content isn't available right now. And I got like 6 people just text me saying they can't see it, including Shice.
Wait a minute,
we got to get better at this, man. We got to get better at this.
Well, we'll talk about that later, Poosh. I mean, man.
I'm just saying.
No. I understand what you're saying. Let's
get that, Poosh, but we still are in the middle of the show. Right. Like,
now, when I'm on the group. Let me see something. I'm on the group. Why is it that when I'm on the group, I see it though?
I don't know, but it's saying that this content isn't available right now.
Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. It is global. It's open to everybody. Hold on. Let me see something. Public. Okay. All right. Tell them to check now. All right. We should be on now. How are we looking? Oh,
well, I'm gonna go back
it might have been available to me.
And just you?
Right. Yeah.
Why you being selfish with the video, man?
Yeah. I know. How are we looking now?
I can see it now. I can see it now.
Okay.
You see it on the group page? You on the group page, Terry?
Yeah.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. A little technical difficulty. I've been drinking. It's Valentine's Day. So I wasn't quite right. Let my man Shice know that we're available now. But no, Knight, I agree with you. So would you say that that's what is it? What makes it tough? The fact that we're selfish. We're selfish and don't want to, don't want to share and don't want to consider the other person. Is that what makes it so tough?
Yeah, I think so, man. Like, I think. Like, all I can say is it's a lot of compromise. Like, if you're not willing to compromise, if you're not willing to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what's that word they taught you when you was a kid and you had to share your cookies and share your...
Share.
All right.
Don't make it more difficult
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? You got to share everything. You got to share your time. You got to share your thoughts. You got to share your feelings. You got to be open. Like, you know what I mean? You got to be honest. You know what I mean?
You know what, Knight?
It's a lot of shit, man.
And you know what, Knight? And I think that's probably what makes it tough for men, because really what you didn't mention, that's what's toughest for men is share their vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
You have to be honest about the way you feel.
No, you know, and what else is hard for men too, is because especially you have to think about what age range we're talking about too. You know, younger guys, they all about, you know, it's a whole sex thing and it's physical and love and this and that. But as you get older, you realize like love is good, love is love, but love ain't gonna feed you.
Right.
You know, you can't eat off of love, right?
Wait a minute, so why are you saying that? I don't understand where you go with it.
No, I'm saying because like when like guys or especially I would say women, right? They'll get with a guy out of love or get with a guy thinking they, you know, one day I might be able to get him, you know, one day he might be a good
opportunity,
might be a hard worker.
Opportunity.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, by the time she fall in love with him, his personality or his actions might not be what she was looking for, but now she in love with him, right? Because it's a whole physical thing. But as women and men get older, it's like, what are you bringing to the table?
I mean, then should you think that you're marrying for love? Then I mean, if it's
you're marrying for love because why would you compromise for somebody to make somebody else happy or to make somebody happy if you don't love them?
But you said, I mean, no, just comment. No, I mean, but if you're talking about marrying, and then later on, you know, I mean, I don't know if you can or can marriage can love grow? Can you grow to love someone?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Yeah.
But when we say that we marry for love, are we really, or are we really, or is it we're marrying for potential? This person will potentially make a good.
It's all of that. Like it's all of that. Like love is only going to take you so far, right?
True.
You know what I mean? Like sex is only going to take you so far.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
love should have brought you home.
We're talking like grown man shit right now. Like, you know what I mean?
I had to sneak that in there.
What did he say?
I said, love should have brought you home last night. You know, that's
right.
Yeah. So what do you think about this, man? What do you think?
Well, I mean, the original question was, you know, in terms of what we was talking about, what makes a good relationship, and the very first thing I think about when it comes to relationships, it's not necessarily the love aspect. That takes time, but we talked about that previously. Chemistry, number one. I think if you both can enjoy each other's company and talk, that you have to be able to communicate. And that's something that will last throughout the relationship. Like how many times have you dated a girl and you be like, man, her body crazy, and she beautiful, but we ain't got no chemistry. You know what I mean? Like we like she into something I'm totally not really into. Like that chemistry just ain't there. So it's like you have to have that chemistry early on, because like T said, you know, everybody's physically attracted to somebody. So the physical attraction you move out of the way because that's unavoidable. But what you can explore is the chemistry. Can y'all communicate? Can y'all share ideals that you both want in a relationship? For instance, you know, like when we was coming up, I always told every girl I was dating, like, look, I got my boys, we hang out, we do the, you know, like not every night, but this is what we do on certain nights. So if you can't find me, you know where I'm at.
Right.
You know, like you set that groundwork early. Or, you know, it could be like you into sports, or you could be into books and all that. Whatever you into, you set that groundwork early so that she's not caught off guard when you say, well, tonight I'm doing this. Because then
you like, I like to go out to the strip club. So
I think Bobby,
just know if you can't find me.
You know what though? But that's a good point. Well then let me ask you this then. I mean, should you change that then? If you went to the strip club when you were single, hold on, this is the question. If you went to the strip club when you met the chick and she knew, do you keep doing that, or do you have to say, okay, now I'm with somebody, I no longer should be going to the strip club? I mean, should anything
It ain't
change?
nothing wrong with the strip club as long as you know how to
Just
act.
using that as an example. As long as you go with a lot of
As long
ones.
as you know how to act, man. Like Venus don't mind if I go to a strip club.
I mean, but you
But
say
she know
that
I'm
nothing
bringing it
should
home.
change,
You know what
though?
I'm saying? Like she know I ain't gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
So nothing should change. I mean,
No,
I don't know about that.
To kind of piggyback on my own point, like I think whatever you do, however you start our relationship, you want to keep it going. Now, certain things you can compromise on.
right.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm like hooping with my boys every day, of course you can cut back on that because you're trying to build a relationship with somebody.
Right.
But I think if it's certain fundamental things that have to be set as a foundation in order for the relationship to prosper the way you want it to. Because like you said, it can't be all about the sex.
Too. You have to have to be free to be yourself.
True.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
True.
definitely.
Well,
And you got to keep it real, but because like I said a couple weeks ago or last week, whenever I said that shit, you can only fake it for so long.
Right, yeah, because it's gonna come out.
It's going,
and that's what we do.
Your real you is sitting there waiting to, you know what I mean?
Right. As soon as you get comfortable, that shit gonna leak out.
Well, you know what they say.
It's like an old
6 months
nasty
to a
fart.
year relationship, you send your representative.
We say what? What you say?
So that first 6 months to a year, most guys or girls, they send a representative.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
So
that's
what you get to see is what they want you to see.
Right.
And then when they get comfortable, whether man or woman, they get comfortable, then you see the real them. And that's where you have to ask yourself, are you being realistic in what you expect?
Right.
Like you can't be, like we're all imperfect individuals, right? But so you can't expect perfection from somebody if you're imperfect. That's being a hypocrite. Now you can expect certain things, like you can expect her to be faithful. You can expect her, you can expect her to be somebody that you can, talk to and all that, have your back. Those are things that just come with a relationship. But I can't expect you to do everything right. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm screwing up. Right. And I can't expect you to put up with my BS when you're not doing, or expect you to be perfect in everything you do when my crap stinks too. You know what I mean? So that's just how I view it. That's just how I view it.
Right.
What about you, Stace? What you think?
Yeah, your wife right there.
Oh, he about to get them bonus points now.
Let me whisper this. Let me whisper this. I mean, I think that I think it's a balance. I think what you said, Mike, was right though. It's a balance because while I do think you have to be honest with who you are from the beginning, you know what though? But that's why I put a big emphasis on the friendship. And that's one thing I've always said, that the foundation has to be tight. You have to be my homie. Because when those flaws seep out, and they will, and the real me comes out, the foundation has to be cool so that we still can bust it up and have a good time.
Right.
Even though you now you smell of my real nonsense. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's my big thing. I've been a stickler on that. I like to make sure that if we rolling, you have to be my dog. You have to drink. Because that's what I do. I like to party. You got to be able to party. Because think about it. Now, and they say that opposites attract. I mean, but I don't agree with that, because I think that if I like to party and you don't, now I'm going out, and every Friday or whenever I go out, you staying at home. And now after a while, it's like, well, man, we're not evenly yoked.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think the friendship, the foundation is the friendship, and that has to be strong.
Yeah, and so when I meet somebody, I'm just hypothetically speaking. Like, so if I meet a young woman and she might be, the cutest thing I've ever seen, and we talk, and it's like we don't see eye to eye on anything.
Right, yeah.
Would you still go there, or would you just be like, you know what?
When you say go there, what you mean? Because
there's different definitions of going there.
I mean, right,
what I mean
we
is,
go somewhere. We might not go far.
In my worldly days, it's like, do you go there in terms of like, are you still trying to have a physical thing with her, or you should look at her as wife material? Because if y'all don't get along then, how y'all gonna get along 10 years from now?
True.
See, but another thing too, all of us are the same age. So we're talking right now from a different perspective.
Correct.
Right. That's why I said back to my.
Than a lot of people that might be listening,
Right.
because
Right.
you know, some like especially young black men, right?
Mhm.
They're taught that life or that sexuality is all about conquest.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it's all about how many, you know, how popular you are with the women and this and that and this and that. But when you get older, you realize that sometimes you miss out. You can miss out on something really good. You can miss out on something really good
While you out there screwing everything that moves.
right, chasing all this other stuff, or even getting yourself into a bad situation. You know,
It's funny.
with a girl you don't care about, and then here's this girl over here. You know, she's
Good
like,
shit.
yeah, like she got her shit together, and you sitting there looking stupid. Like,
But the crazy thing about that, then we're having two totally different conversations when we try to talk to them, to the young ones, because you're coming from a position of wisdom,
right,
saying, you know, hold off, you know, maybe that's not, but
as an old ass man now who's been through that shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
Well, you know what though? All right, now this segues into the next topic. The world has changed though, because now with technology, the world has gotten that much smaller. Because now, before your dating was limited to people you went to school with, people in the neighborhood, people that you might have met in your as you traveled. Now,
right.
Workplace
choose
stuff
from
like that.
anywhere, right? Exactly, workplace. Now, you can choose for anybody that has access to the internet. So
Yeah, be
how
careful,
do
though.
you know?
Made a whole show out
But
of that catfish.
everything on the
fish,
internet,
catfish.
but everything ain't on
Shoot.
everything on the
Yeah.
internet. That shit
I mean,
ain't
but
what is.
I'm old fashioned those
But it
days.
still open things up to you though. I mean, it makes more people available to you. Your pot went from here to here.
Yeah, but see, the thing is though, in terms of like, has technology made us socially distant? I think if you allow it to be, like if you allow yourself to be so immersed in your technology that you don't have time to conversate with real people, you know what I mean? Like right now we on Zoom, but you don't live that far from me. I can't ride over your crib and sit and rap, you know, what
When was the last time you did that though?
Height. But
right,
like,
but that proves the point though.
What?
Although distance-wise we might not be far away, but you still don't make that connection because now you have access to technology. And you know what though? And let me say this, and I'm thinking out loud. To a certain extent, I think we blame things on technology. I mean, technology is there to be used. Technology is a tool. So we can't
but
make
it can be
technology the
abused
man.
too, Stace.
It can be. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's the reason. Like for instance, I work in technology. Like, you know, you remember me coming to you with books like this thick, like Stace.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn that.
If I learn this shit right here,
right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
like,
but the thing on that though, right? Like, using technology for a purpose is one thing, but like I'm all into technology and all that. But you know me, I'm not on social media. I don't be posting no pictures. I don't be talking to nobody on the internet because that's not my thing. Like if I'm gonna talk to you, that means I got something to say. And if I got something to say to you, I want to talk to you. You get what I mean? Like we got a text that been going for years, right?
Right.
But as you and my brothers, I pick up the phone like, yo, Black, what's up?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Well, I'll be like, yo, Pooch, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? And we bust it up that way. But like another thing too is, you know, we was around before technology existed. So we already have a foundation, a social foundation. You know what I mean? We know how to talk to people.
Right.
We know how to talk to people in a professional workplace.
So is the answer to that
how to bust it up in the hood? You know what I mean?
Is the answer to that then to try to only let your kids get exposed to technology at a later age because they still have to learn those? Do you try to limit their exposure and the use of technology until they get older so that they can learn those social skills first? I mean, that's
Not
kind of
really,
tough
because
to
look,
do
I
also.
got a granddaughter that's 2, and
Mm.
she already like knowing how to use them filters and stuff on the phone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, so that part about it is cool that they, you know, they learn quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
it's just
That they learn. That's the, I think.
yeah. I think it's a
Mm.
product of the times
Now
we
listen to
living
this
in.
though. Carla said, now this is
Oh,
interesting.
Go ahead.
Carla
I
said,
think-
Carla
Go ahead.
said, people hide real things on social media.
Mhm.
Huh?
Carla said, people hide real things on social media. So I guess what she's saying is that, again, it can be used as a tool, but I guess that push goes to what you were talking about as far as the whole
Well-
fishing thing.
Well, I mean, like there's nothing wrong with technology. There's nothing wrong with the internet. There's nothing wrong with Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, all these other, YouTube. Nothing wrong with it when you use it for the right purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem comes in is people are people.
He about to take so
Yeah.
at least he's not doing it on camera. All right, hold on,
Yeah.
let me say this. All right,
Well, I didn't finish my point yet.
all right,
see, people using technology.
Let's let him know. Let's let him know.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
Hold on, wait.
People using technology for different purposes.
Hey,
And like, okay, so you and I, the three of us, we typically, and most people in our age group will use it to post little things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But the danger is, we're talking about has it made people socially distant. The danger is when you have children who all they know is social media, all they know is technology, all they know is their Xbox, their PlayStation.
but that's a problem. That's a problem.
Right,
Well,
but they
but
don't venture out to gain those social skills.
Can it be used to help that socially awkward person become a little better connected? This is what I mean.
How can it?
Because okay, look at it this way though. The one advantage that I see with not one, but one of the advantages of social media is that you can find people of like mind. All right, I'm into puzzles. So I'm gonna look for a group of people that are also into puzzles. So is that a positive? I mean, suppose you have a socially awkward
I don't
kid.
think it is, because like if you're only looking for like-minded people, you don't have this space to express different ideas. So if I'm only in a group with other puzzle
Y'all not
makers,
gonna believe this. Oh, there we go. All right, good. I know.
You let your son
if I'm in a group with all puzzle makers, right, then I'm not going to have the experience of playing with, like, let's say, model cars. You know what I'm saying? Even though they both consist of putting things together and everything like that. I don't know if that's a good analogy,
but can that be the segue though? Can that be the segue where, okay, I'm only into puzzles. So I start with puzzles. Now, I might meet one person that's into puzzles and into clothes, let's just say. So now, I mean, can that be the segue though?
Could be.
But I think, see, Stace, I think to me, it's real simple. I think it's up to the parents to teach their kids the social skills they need to have to be able to do both. You can live in this technological world, but you also have to live in the physical world of talking to people and being polite and saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like all those things that problem solving skills, like you talked about. I've been to puzzle. What does puzzles teach you? Teach you how to problem solve, right? So, like with me and my wife, when my son was 2-3 years old, and he started having a eye towards sports and all that, but he also loved his video games. I let him do both. Yeah, you got, okay, so this is when you're going to have time for this, and this is when you're going to have time for that. And also, what you do is you invite other kids over, parents have their play dates and all that. So you can do multiple things and get your kids socially active.
Yo, who background? That's your background, Stace?
Yeah, that's right.
You got a family reunion going on.
I'm not home, Are you like that? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So I just yeah. That's your peeps, man.
Yeah, that's the family. All right, well, go ahead. I could say no.
No, but that's just what my thoughts on it. It's up to the parents to inculcate those skills in their children You can't let society teach your kids how to be social because you know how this world is. They ain't got no love for your kids.
Nope.
True,
And speaking of, like, I think that's why we as poor Black men or growing up as poor Black men, we kind of have an advantage over people.
What you mean,
Because
Mike?
we learn how to navigate life young.
Oh yeah,
problem
definitely.
solvers. Yeah, we have to be problem
we know
solvers.
how to, we know when trouble is coming. You know what I'm saying?
You see somebody
We know how to
running,
get in trouble. We know how to get out of trouble.
With your spider senses tingling or something.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like,
Your hood
know when some
senses.
shit about to go down.
Yeah, right. You right. You know when it's time to get off the corner. You know when it's time to get off the corner.
You know. And then,
well,
like,
you know what though? But actually, though, I guess what you're saying, I mean, and actually,
so you get two educations in the hood.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, that's why they say it can either you survive or it swallows you up. Because really, but the other side of that, I guess what you're saying is that being poor fosters creativity because you have to find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
But see, but think about the social skills in this aspect, especially with young Black men in the hoods all across America. I was reading this, somebody posted something on Facebook earlier, said these young boys would rather do 25 to life than to do 4 years of high school. But that goes back to social skills. And here's what I mean by that. We grew up learning the value of life. We grew up knowing how to problem solve in terms of if you wanted something to escalate, you knew how to do that. You know how to de-escalate situations. You know what I mean? Like these kids today, they don't learn these skills because there's most of the time, well, not even most of the time, and because it's not all young Black men, but it's like a lot of the times you can tell the ones who don't have those skills because those are the ones that get caught up in all kind of foolishness. Like we had a text discussion. We talked about guns, right? But my thing is like, what does a gun do? It provides a false bravado where now you think because somebody disrespected you got to take it way up here. It's not. But see, you can't go by what you do. You got to look at the numbers. You got to look at the numbers nationwide. We're killing ourselves at an alarming rate. At an alarming rate.
Why'd you say that, Nike? What did you want to? What did you want to?
I'm just saying, like these days, it's not like back when we was young. Like we'll be walking across the bridge, get into a fight or something like that, and then we go have a beer with someone, you know what I mean, later on or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
you could do that.
Scared to get your ass whooped because that's what it is. You either whoop their ass or they whoop your ass. That's how it goes. And then tomorrow we might do it again. You know what I mean?
And like you said,
it ain't like that now.
Times,
these young bucks are scared to get an ass whooping. You know what I mean? Like, so you almost have to have you almost had to have something in the stash because
you know what? But you know what the difference was also? But actually, think about it. Think about how we came up.
I'm not trying to box no bullet.
I was about to say that. When we came up, we boxed. We were physical. And we didn't touch on that, but maybe that's one of the aspects that we lost with technology and social media, that we lost the physical aspect because nobody's outside playing anymore. No one's outside wrestling. No one's slap boxing. You know, so now they don't know how to do it.
And all they see is shooting in these video games and all that. So, you know, it's not like they don't. It's almost like they've been they've been
desensitized to
desensitized to it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? Now that's a good segue. Another issue that we see that comes as a result of all right, y'all. We gotta let you know. Before we came on, Pooch asked Terry not to smoke weed. I'm gonna rephrase that.
You don't know what I'm smoking. I'm just smoking.
But not to smoke.
Stacey Diamond, Stacey, you snitching.
He asked him
happened to be
not to smoke,
awesome,
not to smoke anything on the camera. So the way Terry resolved that, Terry would turn his back and smoke. Now no one sees the smoke that's coming out of his mouth, you know. But anyway, that's why he's doing that. All right.
See,
so
let's keep it real. And I was telling Pooch, we had to keep it real, right? That's what this was our whole point. Like, our point was to bring 16th Street to the people, right? This is how we kick it, right? You know what I mean? When we talk, that's how we talk. Sometimes we drink, sometimes we smoke, whatever. And I understand like you with the J-dubs and everything, and you trying to like, make your friends have a higher respect for you and everything. But I can tell them, Pooch don't do this. Pooch don't, you don't smoke, right?
No, I
Drink a
don't.
little wine or whatever.
When I got some in the house.
I'll vouch for you for that. But I got to be me. I'm not gonna stop being me because you have
right. This is with all right, but okay, so here we go. Okay, this conversation here came about as an issue or something that's in the news now all over the internet. The Gorilla Girl, what is it? The Gorilla Glue?
Not Gorilla Girl, Gorilla Glue Girl. Yo, man, you make it sound like she's in the circus or something.
Hey, she need to be in the circus or something. She that dumb to put Gorilla Glue in her hair, man.
But but now she put the glue in her hair to hold the tracks in, right?
Yeah,
but she just didn't
hold
realize
her shit together.
Hold the wig tracks, whatever it was.
Right, yeah.
Right. And she didn't realize that Gorilla Glue was permanent. So, I mean, if she was doing that because she thought if that's what everybody else is doing, maybe she just didn't know. They
got commercials all over TV, like,
but they don't show
Gorilla holding shit down, like.
But they don't show you when they put the wigs on. They don't show you that they glue it on. Like, they don't show you that, do they? Do they show you the type of glue that?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak on it.
Yeah.
One thing I can speak on, I'm gonna speak on this part. And so women, some men, but mostly women, right? They get this because of the media, magazines, internet. Everybody has this opinion or this view of beauty, what beauty is, right?
Right.
And
everybody trying to chase
everybody trying to.
Wait a minute, but what? Okay, don't hold your thought. But that's not new though. That's not new because when we came up, everybody wore two-tone jeans. Everybody had a pair of Lees. Everybody
was busted as fuck back in the day. we just didn't know it. We just didn't know it. But that shit was busted, man.
But did we chase it though?
Huh?
Did we chase it?
We chased it back in the day.
So is it the same? I mean, is this a different phenomenon?
It's the difference wearing a pair of Sergio jeans or a pair of Jordache, because everybody else wearing them, or some Adidas and shit. Then
but is that the same
me
thing?
Going to get some shit, putting my lips, now walking around like Daffy Duck out this joint. You know what I mean? Like,
but is that you speaking as just an older dude that's not into that now? Because again, when we came up, I mean, you dyed your hair. Remember Pooch? He had the little silver spot. Let's see, the Dennis Rodman show.
Yeah.
But my point, my point is that
hey,
this isn't new. This isn't new.
Bring that up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, my son got a soul patch now.
Huh?
Real.
Wait a minute. You mean a dye or just like?
He got a jump. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that this phenomenon isn't new because every generation does it in their own right, though. Back in the day, they used to do comp. They used to comp their hair. And also, were they stupid too?
Yeah.
For trying to be stylish?
Because
I mean,
look, these black girls don't realize how beautiful they are just being them, right? Like my wife, she got locks down her back, right?
Mm.
She don't put none of that, like, look at me, look at my shit. I don't put all that shit in my hair. You know what I mean? I just let my hair grow the way God put it in there. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, I'm beautiful. Somebody else, they may be like, damn, that motherfucker look like he got spiders in his head or some shit. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying though is that what my question is,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
True. But what I'm saying is that when we first started talking about this, you said, yeah, that was stupid.
It was.
So were we stupid for back in the day when wanting a pair of Chardons. Remember that?
Well, here's what I'll say, Stace. First of all, with the Gorilla Girl situation, I don't think she's stupid. I think she made a bad choice. And now she's paying the consequences of that. Like we all have to pay consequences for bad choices. But now, to your point about our parents, their parents, there's different styles and different things, looks people with. Yeah,
we all did it.
Yeah, we used to have the silk shirts on with the French cut slacks and all that, you know what I mean, with the rocking the Adidas. It was a look. It was a style.
It was a look, right. It was a
style. But it's
style.
a difference between a look or style and trying to be somebody other than who you are.
So you saying that? So her putting on a wig and gluing it in her hair.
I'm not even talking about her.
I'm not even talking about her specifically either, Stace. I'm talking about like.
So when you chase fashion, are you saying that you're trying to be something that you're not?
Yeah. No, not fashion. Hold on, Stace. Because you keep cutting us off before we get our points out.
All right, go ahead.
It's not fashion. Fashion is trending. Like what's hot today might not be hot tomorrow, and it'll come back around 20 years later. That's fashion. We all fall victim to that.
Talking about clothing is different from getting collagen in your lips.
Yeah,
people getting a nose job
or taking fat from your body and injecting it in your butts.
Right,
stuff like that. That's trying to change your overall appearance. We ain't that's what we talking about. We're not talking about fashion.
We're not talking about the clothes you wear.
All right, okay, well then you know what? Let's bring it up, right? Because you brought it up before. You wanted to talk about who's that subject he wanted to talk about? Erectile dysfunction, right? So if that's the case, then is that if God said you will not have blood flow?
Well, why would God tell you that?
If who said that?
I'm saying if having surgery, all right, let me think this through then.
Let's just say if you had a problem getting an erection and keeping it. That's all.
Right. I know, but what I'm saying is that but you still do things, or if things are available to you to correct what you don't like about yourself, is that a negative?
No, long as it's not something that's altering your appearance. Well, first of all, I don't care what anybody do. Hold on, I don't care what nobody do. That's between them and whatever they choose to be or whatever. I'm not putting my opinions on nobody else. I'm just simply saying, like, there's a big difference between having erectile dysfunction and going Michael Jackson with yours. You know what I mean?
And when you say, what I was talking about is like, cats is just they embarrassed to say if they ever took Viagra or them other joints. You know what I mean? What's the big deal? And then people that took it, they would be like, trying to hide, like, no man, I ain't never take that shit. When they probably took that shit and had one of the best experiences of their life. You know what I mean?
Like, right.
So I don't see what the whole why people would be ashamed of that.
Now, Ray said, Shai said, if you glue the jeans on, that's I guess that would make you stupid. Yeah, all right. Let's hear. Linda Kanye
I just think that it's to the point about
from a lady's perspective. Now listen to this though.
Yo, you getting real.
Yeah, you ain't letting us get our thoughts out, man.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Man. Like Jake Tapper now, you just jumping in like.
Go ahead.
So just to kind of close out that point about the standards of beauty and what some people are willing to go through to look like whatever. I think it's always been there, because we used to accuse back in the 80s, like we used to accuse our brothers and sisters that wanted that, by the 70s, 60s and 70s, we accused them of when they permed their hair and all that, accusing them of wanting, that Eurocentric look, you know what I mean? Right. And in the 80s, it was something else. And so it's always been there, but to my point, I guess.
Now it's to the extreme.
Well, a lot of things are to the extreme, but my thing is just don't change physically who you are.
So you're talking about surgery. You're
like
saying
Little Kim.
So when these chicks be putting these
like Little Kim. Little Kim was a beautiful black girl.
And they be
Until
looking
she
like,
started doing
they
all
be
them
wanting to
surgeries.
look like a black girl, right? And
All
then
right,
they come out looking like Daffy Duck. I mean, that
All
shit
right.
ain't sexy, man.
Now, Linda Kanye said, do what you feel that you think that you need to do if it makes you feel good. So I guess what she's saying,
If you want to look like Daffy Duck, I ain't got nothing against it.
no,
But
what I'm saying,
that make
what
you
she's
feel
saying,
good.
okay, what if your ass is flat? Let's just be honest. Call it what it is. What if you got a flat ass?
I do got a
And-
flat ass.
Boy, take some
I
collagen.
think you're talking about women, T. I think you're talking
Okay.
about women.
My wife
All right,
called
so
my
what-
John a mangoes.
No, what if so a chick don't have
I
no
got
body.
mangoes.
All right, chick don't have no
But
body.
hold on. But if you dating
No,
a girl when she got
let me ask the
go
question.
ahead.
Chick never felt good about herself because the jeans never felt right, never fit right. People weren't paying too much attention because she had no body. So they come out with technology where she can, and I don't mean the draws with the booty in them. I'm talking about she can go get a shot, get them to take some fat from one place and put it to another, and it makes her feel good. Is there anything wrong with that?
No, I think, but
That's a
see,
different thing
as
altogether.
long as she knows the safety that's involved, as long as she knows what the health risks are, she can. That's on her. I mean, like I said, if I like it, we go back to relationships. If I like the way you look when I met you, you don't have to change 30 years later just because you're not happy with a certain spot of your body. But whatever you do, that's between you and
So
whoever you choose to be with.
So how would you handle that night? I mean, Poop. So you with your chick, y'all together. She didn't have any body. She, flat body, no breasts, no chest, and she, y'all together for years. Next, she go get some shots, and now she's banging. I mean, so would you just if she didn't feel good about herself prior to that, and now she's talking about doing this, would you dissuade her from doing that? Would you say don't do it?
Well, what I would tell her, and to Linda's point, if you're doing it for yourself, like I would say, look, don't do this for me because I'm already happy with what you look like and how you're built. But if you feel like this is going to make you feel happy about who you are as a person, go ahead, knock yourself out.
How about we look at the internal issue in that though, right? Which is like, especially my sisters, right? My black sisters, right? I don't have no problem with y'all wearing wigs and these extensions and fake hair and all that. But
Just
why?
don't gorilla glue it.
But no, but my point is like, why? If you got short hair, get a short cut and rock that shit out. You know what I mean? If you got kind of long hair, do something to that shit. Rock that shit out the way it is. Like, you don't have to conform trying to like that whole white girl look with the hair and all of that. Like,
I don't think it's that all the time though. Sometimes
it's like white women strive to look like black women, and black women strive to look like white women. That's what I guess I don't understand. You know what I mean?
But
like,
but hold up, T. Just to but it's not always that. Some women do it in the summertime. It's easier for them to braid their hair, because it's hot.
They look
sweaty.
at it like styles. I mean, they change hairstyles like clothes. So I don't know if it's really that they're chasing after anything or trying to look like something that they're not, rather than just changing their look up.
Go ahead. But the thing is though, like my wife, man, she has a very nice braided hair, fine hair. And she got Indian in her family.
Okay.
But look, but she always wore a ponytail. My wife would put her hair in a ponytail and just go. She did that ever since I've known her. So that's all I'm used to seeing. So, but I know what's underneath that ponytail. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I don't try to change how she look. She do what she feel comfortable.
That's my point. But that's my point. You know what I'm saying?
To your point. That's what I'm saying, to your point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just have to be comfortable in your own skin sometimes. To me, that's beautiful in a person. Like,
but I don't know. I guess
when you comfortable just being you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I wonder though, I think that's where the pushback is gonna come though. I don't know if when they're doing this stuff, if they're doing it because they're not comfortable with themselves. And I think to them it's more like they're just you know, I'm putting on a pair of jeans, so now I'm gonna put on this wig to go with these jeans. It's almost like I said, they
I
changed.
feel
Yeah,
that. I mean,
I just think it's an individual.
I think as
thing.
long as the reasoning is as long as it's the right reasoning, like you said, like as long as it's for like, you know, trying to get a certain fashion statement or something like that.
My fault,
Damn,
y'all.
Black.
Hope you ain't go against
Without
this man next
saying
week.
shit.
It's a black family reunion, man. Yeah. But go
Yo,
ahead.
what was I saying, man?
Well, like you're saying, as long as the reason is that they're doing
Right,
it
right,
for
right,
themselves and not to try to please others.
Right. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
long as it's, I feel like as long as you're not trying to conform, right? That I think that's where I have a problem. Like, I don't care what style you pick. Like, I don't got a problem with the wig. Like I said, I ain't got a problem with the wig or the what do you call that shit? The extension. What do you call it?
Yeah. Extension,
And all that.
braid,
I
whatever.
don't have a problem with that as long as it's not done because, you know, you're trying to conform to what you think other people, you know what I mean, is other people's version of beauty. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But see, now the flip
Black
side,
people got to learn how to love their own beauty. You know what I mean? Like,
but see, we've been talking about from a female perspective. Now let's talk about these guys out here, because these guys out here, like, okay, so at 40, I noticed.
Why you looking at these guys out here though?
So I shaved it off. I shaved it all off.
Like, they all ugly.
I came home
Like,
with it.
I don't like the way these niggas be looking.
No. Let's keep it a bean.
Cute. Like,
All right, so a lot of guys, you know what they do, Stace Terry, they go in the barbershop to get the what they call that, the Beijing spray all in their hair.
Yeah,
all
man.
that. They get it all around here. Like L, my cousin, love him to death. Sorry, you know, you my man.
What is that? What is that? I don't know.
The Beijing, where they get the black. They get the black.
Black
like
shit
a black dye. It's like a black dye. They get the beard, mustache.
Like a painted on beard, like
Not
that.
with
Like
that.
painted on beard.
I mean,
Like that shit Giuliani had running down his face.
Yeah,
but
like,
I
come
thought
on,
that
man.
was just like the cover up a little boss. But I don't know if you didn't.
No, you got barbers that do the whole
beard.
joint. You got barbers that do everything. As long as you paying, they gonna do it. And but to like,
hey, you can tell I don't use that shit. Look, it's all gray.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, man, like, for the same reason, brothers, if you rocking it, rock it. I ain't ashamed to go bald. It is what it is. T ain't ashamed to go gray. You know what I'm saying? He's got some of the gray in his hair and all that. But don't do it because you're trying to look younger, or don't do it because you're trying to, you know, hold on to something that was long past. Embrace whatever age you are.
Who wants to look old though, Pooch? I mean, have you
we
ever
all,
died of,
okay, but we all 50. I'm 52. You 52. T's 52. Do we look like we 52?
No.
Well, what if you did? What if you look like you were 60?
And you 52? Then you got problems.
You should dye your hair. Is that what you said?
I'm just saying, like my thing is, like, to T point, don't do anything because you're trying to conform to the masses. Do what you do. What if you just want to look? What if you just want to look younger? What if you just okay? And as long as you're doing that,
that's like saying you gain weight, you get fat, and he say don't go to the gym, just be fat.
That's two different things.
No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is
being fat.
I understand the
You
health.
got to really work on your analogy, Steve, because being fat is a health concern.
That was a bad one.
Being fat is a health concern.
True.
Being bald is not a health concern.
What we're saying is, like, be comfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable in your skin.
Like,
be comfortable
if you beautiful, or if you beautiful with a wig on, you beautiful with a wig off. You get what I mean? Like,
right.
I think Black people have to learn how to love themselves more. Like, recognize that we are beautiful people. Like, we come in all different shades. We come in all different sizes. We come in all different, like, our shit is just different, man. We got so, our shit is so, like, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, when white people look at certain Black people, or when they look at us, a lot of times they're trying to mimic our look. You know what I mean?
That's why a lot of them would do the tanning salons and all that. Not that it make it a Black-white issue, but I see what you're saying. Like, they go to
then on the same token, then we have Black women trying to look like white women. So, like, it just
think that-
confuses me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
just
don't
think that no
understand.
matter who you are and what you are, just be, you know, do it for the right reasons. That's all I'm saying.
Right. All right,
Do it
all
for the
right.
right
Listen. So it's 9 o'clock. What was that last topic? What was
I don't
it?
know, but we
My
ain't start this
phone
bitch till
moderator.
like 9:15.
It's 9
Yeah,
now. What was it?
we got a
What
little
was that last
late
topic
start.
though? What was it?
We talked about the gorilla
Gorilla
glue
girl.
that spun into other stuff. So
Right, but the last
Oh,
one
what's
was
wrong with
Oh,
America?
okay.
You ain't hit that joint yet.
That's gonna be heavy. What y'all think, man? We
No, you mind
we
get
push
into
that
it
to
while
next
you
week.
can. We still got about 10, 15 minutes because we
Started 15 minutes late.
Okay, all right, okay, but then let's put it out there. I guess first, where did that come from? I mean, I think that came from just looking at we all know that Trump just got off on he just got found not guilty from the Senate.
Who?
Trump.
Oh, fuck that.
Former
Yeah,
president.
man. I knew he wasn't gonna give him no time, though.
But also, I mean, I think we all knew that. But looking at everything that happened around that, and just looking at the bigger picture, what it's like, yo, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with our country? I mean, I know
it's so much hidden.
Is it just? I mean,
hidden tribalism. I won't even say racism. I'm going to say tribalism.
What does that mean then? What do you mean? Not racism.
It means everybody has a certain gang, right?
But we all do though.
Listen to me. I mean, hear me out. So you got Democrats, you got Republicans, red gang, blue gang, almost like the Crips and Bloods, right? If a Democrat says something is one way, the Republican is going to say the opposite, no matter what. Same thing. If a Republican says something, the Democrat is going to say the opposite. Then, like, what I mean? It's like a blood gang almost. Same thing with a lot of the
help him out, Pooch.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Wait, I'll tell you 1 second.
Well, can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Pooch.
I think what's wrong with America today, because we talked about this early in the week on the group chat. It's a lot of things. Some people are saying, oh, well, it's black fathers not being viewed properly, or
Yeah, but that's not going to affect the entire country.
I didn't think.
Oh, I know what I was saying. Tribalism.
You had already said that. Like, go ahead, Pooch. Disregard.
No, but I think that. I mean, what I'm saying, I guess what I'm trying to say, everybody has different views on what they think is wrong with America today. But my viewpoint is really simple. It's when you look at, T mentioned racism, but that's a symptom of an overall problem. Our problem is, because I try to look at everything from a biblical standpoint, and I realize we have an enemy out there that's common to all of us, that's want to see us fall apart as human beings.
Who's
then
that?
That's Satan, the devil. But then we also look at our imperfection, the devil. But we look at our imperfect ways, right? As human beings, we are so imperfect, man. Like our natural inclination is to sin. And it always has been. So we can't get along in this country because we always nitpick at the things that we don't understand or the things that we
So is that
perceive
the
as
devil
hate.
cause that happen? Is that the devil?
No, he doesn't cause it to happen, but what he does is influences
But
it.
then,
Can I explain my shit with the tribalism? Like, so when I said tribalism, and I use the example of Democrats and Republicans, so it's the same thing with rich people and poor people. Everybody has their clique, so to speak, right? And nobody is looking out for the other clique. Just like Christians and Muslims and
right.
folks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everybody's in their own separate camp, right? And everybody is not looking out or not loving.
They don't come together.
Like, why can't I love this person because they in a different camp? You know what I mean?
There's no commonality. There's no togetherness.
The commonality though is that we all human beings, man.
True.
Like whether you white, black,
True.
Asian,
So
Latin,
right,
whatever,
but
you still a human
if that's
being.
the case, then I agree with you. Well, then if that's the case, then why is it so hard to get people to come together then? Is it fear? What is it?
You know what's gonna get people to come together?
You know what?
When the aliens come, come down, then all of a sudden, all of us is gonna be,
right.
Oh,
Right.
That's my human buddy over there. Why couldn't I have been your human buddy last week before they came?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You about to say something, Pooch?
He don't believe in aliens. That's why.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, maybe the devil is the alien. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, what you gonna say, Pooch? Go ahead.
No, I mean, look, we all got different points of views on what we think the problem is. I'm just not waiting on man to provide a solution. Okay? Because we have never shown the ability to work together as people for any long period of time without somebody trying to extend their will on somebody else.
Yeah, but us have gotten us this far.
Nah,
we made progress though, Pooch.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not in the same place that we were a long time ago.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
But the thing is,
I'm gonna tell you like this white boy told me.
But hold on. But that was
ain't no such thing as racism. You got a house, you got a car, everything good.
No. But Pooch, that was a question though.
What?
Are we at the same place that we were years ago?
In terms of?
I mean, whatever means that you're using, however you're making the comparison, you're saying you're not waiting for man to fix things. I mean, there have been a lot of things. Have things been fixed up to this point, or are we at the same place?
No, well, hold on. Okay, so to your point, how can you say things are fixed when we still dealing with the same problems our ancestors dealt with?
But you're saying, are we? Like what?
Yeah, we are.
Like slavery? Like what? Like what, Pooch?
Yeah, for not slavery, but racism has always been since this country was founded.
Have we made progress though?
We have in some areas.
Who made progress?
No,
that was man that caused that, right?
But Stace,
that was a question.
Man, listen, of course man caused it because man, right. But man has done a lot of things to his benefit, but he's also done a lot to his detriment.
Oh, and that's fine. Okay, point well taken.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, what did that got to do with?
But it is within us. It is within man to do the right thing, though.
Yeah, of course we all have a moral compass. We all have a moral compass, but we know from just looking outside your window and seeing how, it's like 2 Timothy 3:1-5 talks about. We talk about man not even having genuine love for his own kind.
Yo, hey, let me ask you a question, and I ain't asking this to be smart. I'm asking because I'm.
But I say man, not encompassing all, but just talking about.
Wasn't Jesus a man?
What?
Wasn't Jesus a man?
Well, he was here on earth. Yeah, he was a man.
Okay. Wasn't Muhammad a man?
I don't know nothing about no Muhammad. I don't even know.
Was he a man?
Things. I mean,
I don't know anything about the Muhammad. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Was Buddha a man?
Terry, what's your point?
My point is
all these men that did good things.
My point is like all three of these people that I mentioned just now were human beings, right? Yeah. And they all stood for like things. The good,
they did great things.
The good of the human race. Like
so, people can do good.
They started religions. Like,
listen, people can do good. I'm not saying people are not capable of good. We just acknowledge that. But what I'm simply saying is, when you look, and just to your point, Terry, when you brought up Democrat and Republic, they can't agree on the smallest things. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's
right, but hold up. But what that does,
that's not the majority.
Let me finish my point. Because what that does is, by having a two-party system like that, what it does is it puts you on one side or the other. Either
but
you
that's
down
politics,
or you
Coach. We talking about politics in general.
But politics stems from everything else, Terry.
But no, but people can still come together and do the right thing. Down into
everything people do in this world can be considered political. Even your views on other human beings, that's political.
So right? If I invite you to dinner, so if I invite you to dinner, we go sit and break bread together, that's political. Or is that love? Or is that love or is that political?
I'm not talking about every little thing, obviously, Terry. But what I'm simply saying is there's just about everything in this world is broken down politically. Who's your affiliation? Right? Politically correct. You can't say that about somebody 20 years like you can 20, 30 years ago. That's not PC, right? So everything seems like everything that we are talking about is trying to address things from a standpoint of how if I see you one way or I see you another. And that's what the Democratic and Republican system does. It splits you right down the middle and make you either this or that.
Really, the way it's supposed to
That
be.
wasn't
No, wait,
even
hold
what
on.
we
Let me
were
say this
talking
though.
about.
No, the way that it was supposed
You
to
said
be.
that
But we
you're
talked
not gonna
about what's
wait
wrong with America
parties,
today.
let me say this. The parties are supposed to be, okay, this group
We're
of
not
people.
talking about what it's supposed to be.
No. But I'm going to address your question or
Go
your
ahead.
statement.
Go ahead.
I have more in common with these group of people. So therefore, we will come together as a group the same way, black and white. I may have more in common with people, not even black and white. I have more in common with people that grew up the way that I did. So therefore, if I'm going to come together to create something, our values are going to basically be similar.
But both of
So
y'all
we'll
are
come together.
off the actual topic. Pooch
No, we're
said
not.
that he's not waiting on man to do anything good or to
That's
fix
not what I
things.
said. If you're gonna quote me correctly.
Well, nigga, I don't be listening that hard. That was close to what
Well, how
you
you
said.
gonna hold on? How you gonna say this is what I said? You gonna say I don't be listening that hard?
What you said? What you said?
I said okay. You don't even what I said is don't even really matter. The point is,
It do matter. That's what we
Yeah,
but
talking
the point
about.
is what
Right,
you
exactly.
started off talking
You said
about.
it.
You said
No,
something.
the point is what you started talking about. You said
You
Democratic.
said you ain't waiting on. You said because of what you believe, you ain't waiting on man to fix anything.
I'm not right. I'm not waiting because
So
I
that
know
is what you said.
Well, not to the point of what you was trying to make. I was trying to make it from the point of where I place my faith and my hope at, but it's not in man. I place my faith and my hope in God. I don't place my faith and my hope in man because man has never proven to be, man has proven, I should say, to be his own detriment to his own fellow beings. That's proven. That's a fact. It's not man. I'm not making this stuff up.
That's
I
not
don't think that you
everybody.
sit,
And
I don't think
that's
that
not-
you
I didn't
sit
say,
around and
listen,
wait for them and
listen.
not move
When I say
without
man,
it.
I'm not talking about every single person. I'm just saying man
In
terms
general.
of in general. I'm not talking about every single person because I know a lot of good people, just like y'all know a
Right.
lot of good people.
Right.
I'm not saying
So I don't
every single
understand your
person.
statement. I guess that's the
Yeah, you just
contradiction
don't understand my
statement. If you
statement.
All right,
saying
look, all right, it's caught at y'all. What's up? It's caught at
All right,
so
well, we can wrap it up here. We can talk
All
about
right.
what yo,
go ahead.
what was
go
on the
ahead,
next topic anyway?
No, that was it.
That was it.
That was it?
That was it. That was it. So yo,
But I want people to see that even though we may have different points of view, it's okay.
which we do, right?
Right,
Pooch
yeah,
is wrong. Pooch is wrong a lot of times, but we
Oh,
still like him.
hold on. Why I gotta be wrong? Why I gotta be wrong?
That's fine. But yo, real brothers for
Hey,
the real
did you
world.
record the John?
Yes, record. Who, me?
That's your
Yeah.
wife, Stace, in the background behind you.
I'm not recording.
You ain't recording this? You're a dud.
My
You're a dud.
nigga.
That's what she was
All
great
right.
smacking the back of your head. Like, why you ain't recording it?
All right, we done. We'll talk next week every Sunday. Real brothers
All right.
for the real world.
Next,
gonna have
next
this-
Sunday, 8 o'clock. We'll be back.
We ain't got nothing to post.
Sorry,
Hey.
y'all. All right, we'll
We're
talk.
working out the kinks. We're
We
working out
got the cakes. All right, y'all. We'll talk, man. Yo. All right.
Go ahead,
I'll
stop
talk to y'all,
recording.
man.
Stop broadcasting. So we can have a post meeting.